incomes rose by the exact same amount. Americans apparently saving more of their money instead of spending it. And President Obama is expected to sign into law that 2-year budget deal that passed in the House and the Senate this week. Should sign it on Monday. Tom Busby, CNBC.
There are no guarantees in love, but there is a guarantee from EH Plus by eHarmony, our new personal matchmaking service. At EH Plus, your own personal matchmaker gets to know you so well, we can guarantee introductions that will be satisfying and exciting. EH Plus goes far beyond regular online dating sites, and that's a guarantee. Visit us at ehplus.com/love or call 1-855-930-LOVE.
As the owner of a sock shop, there are a few things I can count on during the holidays. No one will know what to get their dad, everyone will decide at the last minute, and they'll decide on socks. And now, thanks to the Postal Service, my customers will know exactly when Dad's socks are delivered, which is nice, because it's the only thing the poor guy's gonna get.
Introducing real-time delivery notifications from the U.S. Postal Service. Now your customers will know right when their packages arrive. Another reason, this is our season. The U.S. Postal Service. Priority, you. U.S. only. Most notifications transmitted within a few minutes of the delivery scan.
Consider this your invitation to sell. At buysellmakeoffer.com, you can sell as much as you want for the next 60 days without paying any fees whatsoever. Sound incredible? It is, and it's true. Buysellmakeoffer.com is the new exciting way to sell your stuff online. Make extra money right now. Sell your old car, furniture, video games, household items, clothes, even your home. Sell anything that's legal. Load up your stuff to sell right now at buysellmakeoffer.com. This is your official invitation to get on board to sell your stuff right now. Free for the next 60 days. And once you see how easy it is, you'll want to sign up for more because there are no item fees. That's right. Take this opportunity to move items from the other guys and sell it for free. You might even win a Samsung tablet, Amazon gift cards, and other cool prizes. BuySellMakeOffer.com is the future of online selling. You can use Skype to talk to your buyer or seller. Plus, you can use video to showcase your items. BuySellMakeOffer.com.
Good afternoon. It's 12:03. I'm Di Rice with the latest in live local news here on Kcaa 1050 AM and 106.5 FM. The San Bernardino Sheriff's Department says Grand Terrace Police arrested Tristine Ritchie and Daniel Levis last week in the parking lot of B of A. Ritchie and Levis were attempting to cash a stolen and altered check. During a subsequent search of Levis and the suspect vehicle, more illegal items were located. Methamphetamine and heroin packaged for sales, along with a high number of suspected stolen and altered checks, ID cards, Social Security cards, credit cards, and U.S. mail were located. But both suspects were booked on several charges. Levis had been recently released from jail due to Prop 47. And this week, for the first time, motorists have enjoyed 3 lanes of traffic available in each direction on the 215 from Murrieta to Riverside. That's not an oxymoron, is it? Enjoyed traffic. The Riverside County Transportation Commission announced the opening of the additional north and southbound lanes through the Paris area. It marks the completion of the second phase of an 18-mile expansion stretching from Scott Road at Menifee to Nuevo Road in Paris. Still to come, its final widening of the 215 to the interchange at Route 60. That will alleviate ongoing northbound congestion where the freeway narrows to 2 lanes at the interchange. The newly opened lanes included improved overcrossings and ramps in Paris. A ceremony marking the opening of the new lanes has already been planned and done. Inland Empire weather, sunny and breezy for the remainder of today with a high near 84, overnight low of about 67. Winds diminishing somewhat tomorrow afternoon, leaving us with just a sunny sky and a high of about 87. So we're expected to be a little bit warmer Halloween day. Checking out your drive, there are a couple of accidents out there. One on the shoulder of the 91 eastbound, just past Lincoln Avenue. Traffic is jammed from the 71 freeway. Then the 71 south is also busy, consequently, from Euclid Avenue and the 91 freeway. And then through Rancho Cucamonga, there's an accident on the shoulder of the 210 westbound, just past Haven Avenue, and that is in the center divider. So expect some slowing in that area as well. That is the very latest with news, weather, and traffic on the station that leaves no listener behind. KCAA 1050 AM and 106.5 FM.
Hi, this is Cynthia Hammer. Listen to my show, Hammering Away, Saturday at 7 p.m. on KCAA 1050 AM, where we cool down the hot topics of the week.
Sacrifice, determination.
You can be intentional about your character, your work ethic.
You've got to be on the same page.
Today we're calling to let you know we are debt-free, house and everything.
You have done really, really, really good. And you're not going to quit now.
It's been a huge witness for us to be able to share that.
It was time to get serious.
Intentionality, people. Celebrate the success.
Oh my goodness, thank you so much.
This is your show, America.
If I knew at 22 what I know now, our life would be better off.
It's the show that's changing the world. Now you don't just listen to the show, you live it. Live from the headquarters of Ramsey Solutions, it's the Dave Ramsey Show, where debt is dumb, cash is king, and the paid-off home mortgage has taken the place of the BMW as the status symbol of choice. I'm Dave Ramsey, your host. It's a free call anywhere in North America. The phone number is 888-825-5225. That's 888-825-5225. Zeb is in Toledo. Hi, Zeb. How are you?
I'm great, Dave. Your ministry is a real blessing. Thanks for taking my call.
Well, thank you, sir. How can I help today?
I recently switched jobs, and I have a 401k with my previous employer. I believe you recommend moving it. But the info I've acquired talks about a 5.75 upfront sales charge. Mm-hmm. I'm wondering why I wouldn't just leave it where it is instead of taking the beating on that.
No, 5% is not exactly a beating.
Okay.
It's a nickel out of $1. I mean, that's not exactly a beating. A beating would be 50%. But I pay a 5 3/4 sales charge to my ELP when I open and do investments there. And what I receive for that is lots and lots of expert guidance and someone who's got my back and is in my corner that walks with me on all my investment decisions. And I think I get a bargain at that.
Okay.
And that's why I personally endorse local providers as well and people in that industry. Now, is everybody worth that? No, not everybody's worth that. But if you're getting services for that fee, and part of that is helping you select the mutual funds. I mean, you should be able to select mutual funds that are as good or better, maybe better, in the open market than you're limited to in your old 401k. And your flexibility and your accessibility to the information and to the funds is a lot better than working with your, quote, former employer. So a lot of things there cause you to make more money. At least potentially, could cause you to make more money. I don't know how good your options were at the other place. But, I mean, you got 12 mutual funds or whatever it is to choose from there. In the open market, there's 8,000 to choose from. You ought to be able to beat them, unless you just had the best 401k ever on the planet. So I think it's worth that. So I personally do that with some of my mutual fund investing. So good question. So let's talk about that a minute, because it comes up quite often, and sometimes people say disparaging things about me because I endorse people who charge a commission for mutual funds. There are two types of mutual funds as far as commissions go. There's load and no load. Load means they charge a commission. Almost all of those are 5 3/4% commission. Almost all of them. They're all about the same, unless you're up over $50,000 investing, and then there's break points, and the amounts charged to you starts to go down when you start doing larger amounts of money that you're investing. No load means no commission. Now, when most people hear that, including when I heard it the first time, I thought, well, why would you pay a commission? I mean, don't pay a commission. That's kind of what he's asking in a sense. But I mean, isn't no commission cheaper than paying a commission? Well, that's not the only fee in a mutual fund. The other fee in the mutual fund is the annual maintenance fee. Now, the annual maintenance fee gets charged on the balance every year, whether you do anything or not. So let's pretend that one mutual fund had a 2% annual maintenance fee, and so over 10 years, they've hit you for 20%. And another mutual fund had 1% annual maintenance fee, and so over 10 years, they hit you for 10%. But the second one also has a 5% commission up front. You're still cheaper with a loaded, commissioned mutual fund with a lower maintenance fee than you are a no-load with a higher maintenance fee over a 10-year period of time, in my example. That's not always true. But you have to be aware, because while the no-loads do not charge a commission, they do have to do marketing of the funds, and so somehow they have to gather the money for that, and the typical no-load, apples-to-apples comparison, has a higher annual maintenance fee. So it's kind of got you here or got you there. You're going to pay me now, pay me later. It's not free. It's not like one of them is a public service and one of them is an evil capitalist who's ripping you off. That's not how it works. So what you've got to look at if you really want to dig into the expenses of a mutual fund is you look at the expense ratio, and it's usually about the third page in the prospectus, typically on the inside cover, the left-hand cover, left-hand page. About 3 pages in, left-hand page. There'll be a little chart. It gives you your expense ratio over 1, 3, 5, and 10 years. Now, you should not be investing in mutual funds if you're not leaving it alone at least 5 years. But typically, if you're wanting to really analyze a long-term investment, you'd look at the 10-year expense ratio. The expense ratio that's mounted in your, or that's published in your prospectus, incorporates both the annual maintenance fee and the commission, or just the annual maintenance fee. And then you can compare apples to apples with a loaded fund to a no-load fund to see which one is really the most expensive. Because, in other words, sometimes a no-load, no-commission mutual fund has such a high maintenance fee, you'd wish you paid a freaking commission. You follow me? So it's not, no-load does not necessarily mean cheaper. Now, sometimes it is cheaper. And there's some types of funds that are no-load funds that are a good buy. I personally buy both. And I personally recommend both in different situations. My 401k here at our offices for my 500-plus team members is set up with one of our endorsed local providers. And my personal money goes into there, and it has a 5 3/4 on it, like a lot of mutual funds do, and a lot of 401ks do. As you put money in, you're charged a commission. But the maintenance fee on the particular funds I chose is very, very low. So pretty much when I pay the commission, I'm done. From then on, I'm not going to get hammered. So please do not fall for the idea that somehow no load. I mean, some of these people, they claim to be consumer advocates, or they claim to be on the side of the consumer, and, oh, the financial professionals are all ripping you off because they're charging a commission, and you could just do the same thing for no load. Why are you paying a commission? Because in some cases, by paying a commission with a lower maintenance fee, you have lower total expenses. That's really something to look at and consider. Now, here's the other thing. Expense ratios really aren't the problem with your savings anyway. You know what the biggest problem with people's savings is? All kinds of research on this, as a matter of fact. One of my favorites just came out with the ASPPA, the Actuaries, Consultants, Administrators, and Other Retirement Plan Professionals, nerds, in other words, did this research. They say the primary driver in all of their research of retirement success is not saving on the expenses. It's not even rate of return. 74% of the time, the primary driver of retirement success is savings rate. What that means is how much money you put into savings is your highest indicator of whether you're going to have any money in savings. Well, that required no research. That's freaking obvious. So don't major on returns, and don't major on expense ratios. Major on saving some dad-blame money if you want some. This is the Dave Ramsey Show.
Join KCAA Radio and the Savacito Sunday Squad for the second annual Trunk or Treat Sunday, November 1st at the Carousel Mall from 5 till 9. It's an extra day of trick-or-treating for the kids in a safe environment. All car clubs are invited to bring candy and to participate in the car decorating contest. There will also be a costume contest for all age groups. Tell your friends and make plans for the second annual Trunk or Treat at the Carousel Mall Sunday, November 1st, 5 till 9, sponsored in part by KCAA.
If you like jazz, you'll enjoy getting together with me, Tommy Hawkins, a jazz hawk. Tune into my show, Just Jazz, Saturday nights, 10 to midnight on KCAA 1050 AM.
One of the most overlooked priorities in a family's financial plan is life insurance. Having it and having the right amount are crucial. If you died, how would your family pay the bills, put food on the table, and plan for the future? Term life insurance is protection for the ones you love. It's not complicated and it's not expensive. People need to deal with this, which is why I found a company I trust and I do business with, Xander. Please take the time to take care of your family.
This is KCAA.
The Rialto Democratic Club proudly announces WHO, that's WHO, or We Honor Ours. This is the signature fundraiser of the year, November 20th from 5 till 9 p.m. WHO honors people helping people in the Inland Empire. There will be a special guest speaker, entertainment, 50-50 raffles, and great food. It's your opportunity to meet and greet some of our local politicians and help recognize those who have provided the Inland Empire with outstanding service in our community. Don't miss WHO, the red carpet event at Rialto Senior Center at 1411 South Riverside Avenue in Rialto from 5 till 9, Friday, November 20th. Tickets are $35 in advance and $45 at the door. For more information about WHO, We Honor Ours, call Marciella Ferguson at 909-717-2083. That's 909-717-2083. See you November 20th.
What have I learned so far? Well, I've learned there's no one right path for everyone. I've learned that without my high school diploma, I could only do so much. My options were limited, very limited. I found a free personalized learning program with Learn for Life that has a flexible schedule so I can keep my job while earning my high school diploma. I found a new career with training opportunities that would jumpstart my future. What I've learned so far? I've learned that I could change my life.
Are you 14 to 19 years old and looking for a free high school diploma program with flexible meeting times? This program allows you to keep your job or important family responsibilities while earning your high school diploma. If you've fallen behind on credits or dropped out of school completely, get back on track with free tutoring, a caring faculty, and one-on-one attention. For more information on how to reach your graduation goal, visit learnforlife.org. That's LEARN, the number 4, LIFE.org. Or enroll today by calling 877-360-LEARN. That's 877-360-LEARN.
Hey, this is Di Rice. The staff here at KCAA wants to remind you that Halloween night, Sunday morning, will be time to set our clocks to standard time. Digital clocks should automatically fall backward. If your clocks don't reset themselves, be sure to turn them back 1 hour. And while you're checking your alarm clock radio, make sure you set it to wake up to the station that leaves no listener behind. KCAA 1050 AM and now 106.5 FM.
In the lobby of Ramsey Solutions, Nathan and Brooke are with us. Hey, how are you?
We're good.
Welcome, welcome. Good to have you. Where are you guys from?
We're from the Chicago area.
Oh, very fun. Well, good to have you. Thanks for coming down to do your debt-free scream. Now, tell me, how much have you paid off?
We paid off $60,000.
Wow. And how long did that take?
It took us 3 years.
3 years. And making what kind of money?
Well, it started with me, so I was only making $30,000 at the moment. So.
That's what you were making?
Yeah, that's what I was.
And
because I started this journey on my own, and then he came in.
Oh, and then you got married.
And
okay.
then we got married. So.
Okay, and what's your household income now?
It's $60,000.
And how long have you been married?
Only a year and 4 months. So.
Okay, so about half of the time you've been working this together, and about half the time you were working it by yourself. What kind of debt was the $60,000?
It was a little bit of everything. It was car debt, it was house debt a little bit, and then some credit cards and school loans also.
Okay, cool. Nathan, what do you do for a living?
I work in Tyndall House Publishing in the warehouse.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
And what about you, Brooke?
I work for the same company, but I work in the composition department.
Oh, very cool. Both for Tyndale. Good publisher. All right, good, fun. Published some great books out of there over the years, over a lot of years, as a matter of fact. And I've had several friends that have used them. Well, good for you guys. Congratulations. So what started you on this journey, Brooke, 36 months ago?
I was in Las Vegas at a family wedding, and all of a sudden my bank account was empty.
Uh-oh.
Yes, not because I was gambling either.
Okay.
So, but someone had taken $6,000 out of my account, and that's all I had in my savings account.
Whoa.
Oh, yes.
Did you ever get that fixed?
No, because the police could not go after the person that stole it. So.
Oh, my goodness.
So it started to spiral, and next thing I know, I was in deep debt and deep trouble with the bank, and so. But the bank was very gracious.
Right. And then how did you turn it around? What's the journey of you getting out of that?
It was my mom. She goes to Willow Creek, and so she had heard about your program, and she signed me up and signed herself up, and we started getting out of debt together.
Oh, cool. So you started at Willow Creek Church. Yeah, I've spoken there several times, and Pastor Hybels is a friend, and they've had a large percentage of their congregations gone through Financial Peace University. That's very cool. So, Nathan, had she already gone through this class before you guys got married?
Yes, she did.
Okay. All right. Cool. So you're on board, though. You're right there with her, huh?
Yep.
All right. Good. All right. Nathan and Brooke from Chicago, Illinois. Proud of you, Brooke. Way to go. $60,000 paid off in 36 months, making $30,000 up to $60,000 a year. Count it down. Let's hear a debt-free scream.
3, 2, 1. We're debt-free.
Excellent. Very well done. Congratulations. Awesome. Well, I'm telling you, folks, I did it. Brooke did it. You can do it. Anybody can do it. And you just got to decide it's important. You got to decide what you're going to focus on. And she found herself in a mess and worked her way out. Way to go. Excellent job. Anthony is with us in New York City. Hi, Anthony. How are you?
I am doing great. How are you, Dave?
Better than I deserve. What's up?
So my wife and I, we've been living a debt-free life now for a couple of years, thanks to your program. And we had one issue on our plate, which was to sell our home and to be completely debt-free, which we just did that about a week ago. So we are zero debt.
Wow. Where are you going to live?
Yeah. Well, we just rented an apartment temporarily, and the reason why we're doing that is because we want to save 20% for our forever home.
Okay.
So that's where we are now.
Good.
Here's my question, though. My car is 10 years of age. As I said, we're completely debt-free. I make a very good living. My wife makes a very good living.
What's your household income?
About $190.
Excellent. Yes, you do.
Combined. Yeah. So I wanted to know personally whether or not if it's a good time for us, or better yet for me, to upgrade my car. I'm in sales. But my car is 10 years old, and I kind of feel like it's about that time for me to look at something else and to purchase another vehicle.
Sure. What's your current car worth?
About $1,500.
And what would you spend on a car when you upgrade?
What did I purchase my current car for?
What would you spend were you to upgrade?
Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe at best $14,000, and I'll just buy it outright.
So you have the cash?
I do.
In addition to your emergency fund?
I do.
Yeah, I would do that. I definitely would do that.
You would do that? But
it's not an unreasonable car on the basis of your income.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, if I took $14,000 out of our account, my wife, because it's going to back us up a little bit, because again we're saving for our forever home.
You make you make $190,000. You're going to be okay.
Thank you.
You're going to be okay. You don't have any payments. You're renting an apartment. You have a goal. You're going to be okay. $14,000 is not going to keep you from buying a house.
Okay.
Not with the numbers you're giving me.
No, that's very accurate. I bring home at least $140. My wife brings home $70.
Yeah.
It's actually higher than what I gave you, but because I'm sales, I always like to lowball myself a little bit. But that's pretty much what I bring home.
If you guys will live on a budget and tell your money what to do every month, go to everydollar.com if you're not doing that, and both of you are in agreement, you ought to be able to save massive amounts of money, even with the expense of living in New York.
Yeah.
I mean, you really, really can. You've done a really good job. Now, and I think I completely agree with this purchase. Let me throw on one other thing just for folks that are listening and hearing our conversation. You're in sales, you said, so I'm guessing you run the wheels off a car. How many miles you put on a car?
I put on at least 40 to 50.
Okay, so
I do a lot.
For the rest of your life, you need to keep in mind that whatever you drive for work, you're destroying.
Yes.
It's overhead for your business. Because anything you drive a $50,000 car, you drive a $10,000 car, whatever you drive, you're destroying its value in about 3 years.
Correct.
Doesn't matter what it is. So whatever you're driving for work, even let's say 10 years from now you have a paid-for house, you make $500,000 a year, and you're still doing the same thing. Mm-hmm. I would have a separate car just for work that was $10,000 or $15,000, and I'd have my good car that I wasn't destroying in the garage.
Okay.
That's later, because you see what I'm saying? Whatever you drive, you're destroying its value.
Yes.
And you just got to keep that in mind. So don't drive anything too nice. I mean, $15,000, $14,000, that's fine. But you don't need to be driving $25,000 car when you're putting that kind of miles on it. You can get a car that's plenty reliable and plenty comfortable, $10,000, $15,000 to do the job for being a road warrior. And then about every 3 years, you got to do it again. And it's just because you're just that many miles just tanks the value. And it also wears the car out, not to mention. So, hey, man, thank you for the call. We appreciate you listening in New York City. I appreciate you hanging out with us here on the Dave Ramsey Show. Man, I love Halloween Eve. All the little kids are coming in here. We have our team members, those 500 team members, bring their kids in the afternoon on Halloween Eve, and they go from office to office as if they were going through the neighborhood getting candy. And so we'll have just like hundreds and hundreds of little spooks and goblins running around here in just a few minutes, including my grandkids. So I'm just excited. And all of our people, not all of our people, a lot of our people are dressed up. I shouldn't say. Because James Childs, our producer, he's dressed up as James Childs, our producer. That's his costume for the day. But and I'm dressed as Dave, so go figure. Who knew? But yeah, there's a Wicked Witch of the West running around here. There's Dorothy. There's a few others. I've already seen them. This place is full of people. Really put a lot of effort in this. I wonder if they're working. This is the Dave Ramsey Show.
You're listening to KCAA Loma Linda at 106.5 FM, K293CF Moreno Valley.
California headline news: a San Francisco dentist under arrest accused of drug running across the country. Dr. Jerome White was a family dentist for 30 years, known by his patients, but prosecutors say he had a secret. He'd been trafficking marijuana from San Francisco to New York. No one in his office, including other dentists like Dr. Cecilia Cardenas, had any idea.
It's just shocking for me.
Police in Yonkers, New York, seized 11 sealed bags of marijuana and cash they say belonged to Whites. Los Angeles stays on fire watch right now. Strong Santa Ana winds continuing to blow around the area. Fire officials saying conditions could help spark wildfires. Los Angeles Fire Captain Daniel Curry says they have the resources in place.
We have
approximately 1,000 firefighters on duty. What we've done is staff 7 additional fire engines, some command staff, water tenders. We've probably put an additional 50 to 75 firefighters in the field.
Geico, whether those winds continue today, John Gilliland, California News.
Call Quicken Loans now at 800-QUICKEN to see if you qualify for the government's Home Affordable Refinance Program, or HARP. And for 5 years in a row now, J.D. Power has ranked Quicken Loans highest in the nation in customer satisfaction. And for the second year in a row, they've also ranked us highest in mortgage servicing. Call 800-QUICKEN or visit QuickenLoans.com.
Visit jdpower.com for award information. Call for cost information and conditions. Equalizing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLSConsumerAccess.org. Number 3030.
At Luxor Las Vegas, book your room on Luxor.com and you are guaranteed the lowest rate you can find. Luxor features the best in entertainment and award-winning shows, including Chris Angel Believe, Blue Man Group, Carrot Top, and Fantasy. Public House caters to every taste with 20 draft beers, comfort food, and over 20 screens. Tender Steak and Seafood offers an impressive array of beef favorites, and the Backstage Deli is open 24 hours a day. Book your room on Luxor.com for the lowest rate, guaranteed.
It's time for the KCAA Community Calendar, brought to you exclusively by Learn for Life, a growing network of public charter schools. The clear mission of Learn for Life is to motivate and mentor students who have dropped out of school and provide them with the personalized education and technical training necessary to advance their lives.
Here's a look at the community calendar. I'm Carlos Gonzalez. The city of San Bernardino invites you to take advantage of Free Dump Day. If you haven't wanted mattresses, appliances, tires, electronics, or shrubs to get rid of, mark the last Saturday of each month on your calendar. You must provide proof of residency with your driver's license or utility bill. No hazardous or construction materials will be accepted. To find out the times and places for Free Dump Day, Google City of San Bernardino calendar. If you're looking for something fun, interesting, and free to do, the City of San Bernardino History and Railroad Museum is open every Saturday from 10 till 3. Schedule a group tour by calling 909-888-3634 and learn some fascinating firsts about San Bernardino. That number again, 909-888-3634. And that's a look at the KCAA Community Calendar. I'm Carlos Gonzalez.
The KCAA Community Calendar is presented exclusively by Learn for Life, a growing network of public charter schools where students can complete their education on a part-time basis. To find a resource center nearest you, call 1-877-360-LEARN or visit Learn for Life online at learn4life.org. Wondering what to do on your Friday drive home? Well, the bar's open and it's happy hour. Join us right here on KCAA 1050 AM on Friday at 3 for Trevor's Happy Hour with Lyle Fenimore. The gang's all going to be there, so dial it in. KCAA 1050 AM Fridays at 3 p.m. for Trevor's Happy Hour with Lyle Fenimore. Pour me a tall one. Brought to you by BuySellMakeOffer.com.
We found the problem with your car. Turns out the carburetor differential modulator is out.
What?
And while we were digging around in there, this thing fell off.
Stop. There's no automotive repair nightmares at Diego Martinez's 5-Star Automotive in San Bernardino. 5-Star Automotive, where you'll get a great experience and home of the $15.99 oil change. That's right, just $15.99. They specialize in transmissions, brake repair, AC, and many other repairs, all with a lifetime warranty on parts and labor. Diego knows when your auto needs 5-star attention, it's never convenient. He offers a 12-month interest-free auto repair loan on major auto repairs with no money down. He'll even throw in free towing and a 10% discount for his neighbors in the 909 who work for the city and county of San Bernardino. Call 909-387-0770. That's 387-0770. Your neighbors at 909 West 2nd Street in San Bernardino.
In the mood for some great Chinese food? Well, Mr. Yu's Chinese Food is where you need to be. Mr. Yu's Chinese Food not only has a delicious dinner menu, they also offer delicious lunch specials including their yummy fried rice and chow mein. But get this, it also includes any 2 items just for $5.85. Or you can get any 1 item for only $4.85. You should also try their Big Bowl special for just $4.10. The service is fast and friendly. Mr. Yu's Chinese Food is located at 256 Carousel Mall in San Bernardino, Cupertino, California. To contact Mr. Yu's Chinese Food, call 909-383-0195. Again, that's 909-383-0195. And yes, the Carousel Mall is still open.
That's right.
Go ahead and say it. We're all ears. KCAA.
It has begun the Halloween Eve distraction in the hallway outside the show. The PR team just came by all dressed as emoticons. It's a little bit scary, but it's true. It just happened. I saw it. And Ken Coleman, what is Ken Coleman dressed as? Is that that's a
That's what you think it is.
Yeah, that's what that is, yeah. That just happened right there in my lobby. All right, Jared. Oh, my gosh. Jared's in Phoenix, Arizona. You guys should see this. Hey, Jared in Phoenix, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Better than I deserve. How can I help?
So my question is, I'm starting on your baby steps. I'm on baby step 2, and I have some accounts that have money in them, and I'm wondering if I should use those towards my debt snowball. One of the accounts is basically a savings or like a piggy bank account for my children. As they earn money, I kind of put it in the bank. And then the other one is I was at an employer, had a 401k. When I left, I took it out, put it in the bank, and apparently the bank only made it like a savings account. So the last couple of years, it hasn't really grown other than a few cents.
So you paid all the penalties and taxes already on that?
I think so. I can't remember. It's been a few years.
If you take money out of a retirement account and put it in a regular account.
Well, it wasn't a regular account. It was like
an IRA rollover?
Yeah, I can't even remember.
Okay. Well, it changes the answer of what's really going on, so we need to dig into it. How much money is in the kids' piggy bank?
About $1,000 total.
And how much debt do you have?
I have $12,500 in a vehicle and $76,000 on a house.
That's all?
Yes.
Okay. And what's your household income?
I have a base salary of $60,000. And there's bonuses, but I try to play it kind of safe.
What do you usually make?
About 60.
I'm sorry?
$65,000.
$65,000. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And, no, I would not cash out your kids' $1,000 piggy bank. Instead, I wouldn't add anything else to it. I'd roll up my sleeves and let's get on a budget and have a garage sale and sell so much stuff the kids think they're next and start attacking that $12,000 car debt because, as you said, you're on baby step 2. Then you need to go to the bank and find out about this IRA. How much money is in this former retirement account or retirement account?
$2,800.
Okay. There's 2 different answers to that depending on what it really is. If you rolled it to an IRA, and you've already paid off, if you rolled it to an IRA, then you leave it as an IRA and you move it to some good mutual funds. And the way to do that is go to DaveRamsey.com, click on ELP for investing, and you'll find the people for investing we recommend. And you need to get the IRA invested well because it's sitting at the bank earning nothing, as you said. If you did not roll it to an IRA, and you just moved it over to the bank, and you've already paid, therefore, all of your taxes and your penalties, which I have a feeling you did not do. I think you would remember having an extra $1,000 on your tax bill.
Right.
So if you did not roll it over and you've already paid your taxes, then take that money out and throw it at the car.
Okay.
Now, do you have $1,000 saved like we talk about baby step 1?
Yes, sir.
In addition to this other money?
Yes.
And how much is in that account?
Well, I kind of got two savings accounts. One, I have $1,000 as my emergency fund, and then it had a few extra money in there. I depleted it down to $1,000 only.
Mm-hmm.
My second savings account, I have about $4,000.
Okay, I take that and throw it at the car. I want $1,000 other than the kids' piggy bank and other than retirement accounts. I want $1,000 as your starter emergency fund. Everything else goes towards the car as fast and hard as you can go. And that's if you're going to live on a budget and you're in attack mode and you're going to knock the car out as fast as you can. So you roll the IRA out of the bank into an IRA mutual fund if it is still an IRA. If it's not an IRA and you've paid the taxes on it, take that money. If you've already paid the taxes on it and the penalties, that's over. You can't undo that. Then you take that money and throw it at the car as well. If that's the case and you do that and $4,000 towards the car, you paid off almost half the car in this conversation.
Right.
But don't cash it out if it's in an IRA, because the government's going to hit you for penalties and taxes, and you're going to get hit for, half the dadgum money almost. So you don't want to cash out an IRA. So we tell people do not cash out retirement accounts if they're really in a retirement account. I can't tell in this case because you're not sure. So you've got some more digging to do and some learning about where your money's been, how it's been sitting and what it's been doing. The good news is you're taking control of this situation. Our question of the day comes from Blinds.com. If you want to update your home before the holidays, window treatments are the way to do it, and Blinds.com makes it easy. Their design experts are available by phone, email, or live chat to help you out. See what's on sale at Blinds.com today. Today's question comes from Jackson in Ohio. He visits DaveRamsey.com and says, we've got several delinquent accounts that we're ready to start paying. How do we go about getting the info on these accounts? Well, if they're extremely delinquent, you're probably going to be settling them because they've probably not only added late charges, they probably added collections fees, and they certainly have added interest. And you're going to go back and you're going to want to settle that because some of those fees are ridiculous. You certainly owe some late charge and some interest if you haven't paid them for a while. And in some cases, you won't have the money to pay the whole bill, and so you'll want to settle. So let's say you had an original bill that was $2,000, and it's been several years since you paid on it, and the interest on it's another $1,500, and there's a couple $100 in late charges, and so that puts us up around $4,000, but then you call them up and they say you owe $8 because they put collection charges on there. Well, we're going to settle that for down $4 or less. So you got to begin that negotiating process. So pull a copy of your credit bureau report, open it up, and you'll see your stuff on there. And in most cases, it'll actually give you a contact point of where to get in touch with the people and who you owe and how much you owe them. But you need to go back to the original amount you borrowed plus some interest and be willing to negotiate with them and settle it down around that price, around that range of in other words, like the example I gave you. Okay, we're going to go back down. If what should be $3,000 or $4,000, you call them and it's $8,000. Then you go, well, I think we're going to have to work on this. And so you begin a negotiation, and you always get those in writing, and you never give them any money until it's in writing, ever, and you don't give them electronic access to your checking account. And on those delinquent accounts, I would list those, smallest to largest, work your own little delinquent debt snowball, and you work them smallest to largest, and then you call the smallest one first. If you can't work something out with them, set them to the side. And just tell them, I've only got so much money, and if I'm not able to work something out with you, I got a long list here. I'm going to keep working down the list. Somebody's going to take some of this money, and then I'll get back to you, but it's going to be a while because I don't have but so much money. And, they want that money while you got it. They want somebody else to get it, so they'll try to make a deal with you. But again, always get it in writing when you're doing a deal with a creditor, especially on a delinquent old credit card bill or something like that, because you cannot believe the collector. You can tell a credit card collector is lying if their mouth's moving. They're scum. Now, all collectors aren't scum, but credit card collectors, all of them are. If you're a credit card collector and you're listening to me and you're not scum, you should get another job because you're scum. You should get out of there. These people break federal law on a daily basis, man. They're horrendous. It's a horrid industry. Mistreat people. It's just an awful, awful, awful thing. So you got to get away from, you got to get it in writing when you're dealing with them, or you get yourself in a big mess. This is the Dave Ramsey Show.
The city of San Bernardino presents the inaugural Turkey Trot Thanksgiving morning, Thursday, November 26th. Rid yourself of your Thanksgiving pig-out guilt by starting the morning off with a 5K at San Manuel Stadium. Bring the kids for a mini trot at 7:45. There will also be a costume contest, music, and plenty of family fun activities. The cost is $10 per person, and parking is free. For tickets, go to www.eventbrite.com or call 909-726-1477.
Miss one of your favorite shows? Don't worry, we've got your radio DVR right here on KCAAradio.com. Log on and listen to any show you want, anytime you want, on KCAA 1050 AM.
I literally started my business on a card table in my living room. In those days, I was the one responsible for keeping track of my expenses. And if I wanted my family to eat, I had to make sure the money was coming in. I was a true entrepreneur. Nowadays, I know there's a better way. It's called FreshBooks, and I'm a big fan of what they do. FreshBooks is an online software and mobile app that allows you to track your time, capture expenses, and create professional invoices. It's easy and it works. Find out what over 5 million entrepreneurs and small business owners just like you have already discovered. You can try it free today at getfreshbooks.com. Just enter the Dave Ramsey Show under How Did You Hear About Us for your free 30-day trial. That's getfreshbooks.com. And remember, enter the Dave Ramsey Show to get started today.
This is KCAA.
We found the problem with your car.
And
Turns out the carburetor differential modulator is out.
what?
And while we were digging around in there, this thing fell off.
Stop. There's no automotive repair nightmares at Diego Martinez's 5-Star Automotive in San Bernardino. 5-Star Automotive, where you'll get a great experience, and home of the $15.99 oil change. That's right, just $15.99. They specialize in transmissions, brake repair, AC, and many other repairs, all with a lifetime warranty on parts and labor. Diego knows when your auto needs 5-star attention, it's never convenient. He offers a 12-month interest-free auto repair loan on major auto repairs with no money down. He'll even throw in free towing and a 10% discount for his neighbors in the 909 who work for the city and county of San Bernardino. Call 909-387-0770. That's 387-0770. Your neighbors at 909 West 2nd Street in San Bernardino.
The Diocese of San Bernardino wants to invite you to the 14th Annual Bishops Golf Classic, Thursday, December 3rd at PGA West in beautiful La Quinta, California. All proceeds from the tournament, dinner, and auction will benefit Catholic school education in the San Bernardino Diocese. For more information, call your local Catholic school or the San Bernardino Diocesan office at 909-475-5437.
E-Digits. Lock them in for more information, recreation, and guaranteed fun. KCAA.
In the lobby of Ramsey Solutions, Jacob and Jennifer are with us. Hey, how are you?
Doing good about yourself.
Better than I deserve. Welcome. Where y'all from?
Dallas, Texas.
Welcome to Nashville. And here to do your debt-free scream.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love it. I love it. How much have you guys paid off?
We had paid off $93,000 in 22 months.
Good job. Making what kind of money?
We started off making $90,000, and now we make about $100,000.
Way to go. What do y'all do for a living?
After you.
I work at a software company.
Mm-hmm.
And I work at a feed store.
Ah, very cool. Good for you guys. Excellent. So $93,000. Is that right? And what kind of debt was this?
It was a mixture of some different things, Dave. So we started out with some student loans and then bought some cars on top of that before we decided to get our finances in order.
Mm-hmm. So what happened 22 months ago? This started this process.
Well, Jennifer can tell the story better than I can.
So after we got married, my parents recommended that we take Financial Peace University.
How long ago did you get married?
In September of 2013, so a little over 2 years.
Oh, okay. All right.
So we started Financial Peace in October of 2013, and before that, we made some really bad decisions and bought brand new cars because we were very entitled and thought that was what we deserved immediately after college. And I think deep down we knew after we started taking the class we would regret that decision, so we made sure to do that before we took the class. For better or worse,
You're
right?
not the only one that's ever done that. That's like eating chocolate cake right before going on a diet. Yeah.
Right. So those were the decisions that we made, but that really doubled our debt and gave us a lot to work for, but we just powered through and got Gazelle Intense and knocked it out as quick as we could.
Very cool. Very cool. That's a lot of debt to pay off
it
in
was.
2 years. I mean, you haven't done anything. You've had no life.
Right. A lot of board games.
Did you sell the cars or did you pay them off?
Oh, we paid them off.
You kept them and paid them off?
Absolutely.
We're very stubborn people.
Yeah, that's okay. You did fine. It's just that's a lot of debt. I mean, you busted this in 2 years, 22 months. That's
Thank you.
pretty amazing. People had to be making fun of you.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we have the envelope, and I have some envelopes in my wallet to designate how much money I can spend and all that good stuff. And that, yeah, people always gave me a hard time about that.
Guys at work are really ragging on you about that, huh?
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
When people call us crazy, we take it as a compliment.
Absolutely. Very flattering.
Weird, because normal's broke. Yeah. Weird is a good thing. And $93,000 in 2 years. I mean, you got to feel good.
We do.
Absolutely.
We're very excited.
You got to feel, I mean, you got to feel like light, like you're not, like you got weight off your neck or something, man. That's amazing. I mean, whew, wow. And here's the cool thing. I mean, you only been married 2 years. If you can do this, you guys can do anything.
Yes, sir.
Because you learned to work together, didn't you?
Oh,
yeah.
definitely.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
But it's hard, isn't it?
It
was
really
hard. Yeah, I would say it's hard. We did have some discussions, but
so what was the biggest budget fight?
I would have to say the biggest budget fight was right after my company sold. We had stock options, so we had some extra money come in from that, and I wanted some Bose headphones because I work in a cubicle, so there's lots of people around all the time, and I really thought that I wanted that, and Jacob said, absolutely not. We're not doing that. Those are really expensive.
Well, they're
and
like $100 and something, aren't they?
Like $300.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I got turned down, and that was hard. That was a good discussion for a few days.
You pouted, did you?
I did pout.
Oh, I could tell. And it didn't work. I love it. This is
did not
awesome.
work. And I think one of the best things that's come out of this whole experience is not just paying off the debt, but the contentment that comes along with that, and just being happy with what you have. Because now I was telling Jacob yesterday, I'm so glad you told me no about those headphones, 4 or 5 months ago, whenever that was, because I'm fine without having them now. It's just being content with what you have, and the Lord has really worked in our hearts with that.
It's a big deal. Godliness with contentment is great gain. Yeah,
absolutely.
That's very cool. Well, you guys are neat. This is very cool, very fun. So, what do you tell people the secret to getting out of debt is? When they hear you guys are, how old are y'all?
24.
24 years old, and you paid off $93,000. You're awesome. When they hear that, they have to say these words. How did you do that? What do you tell them?
I'd say probably the biggest thing would be to have an accountability partner, and that's we had each other, and we were able to bring each other down back to earth, just like with the Bose headphones, saying I had some things that I wanted too, but she was there to rein me back in. So.
Yeah. Accountability is a big deal. So that's good. What about you, Jennifer? What do you say the secret to getting out of debt is?
I would have to say the budget. We've had a couple of people come to us since we've started this journey because we're, you have to get on a budget and you have to do this and listen to Dave Ramsey and it's going to change your life. And the budget's really been the very first step for us. There's a lot of things I think that contribute to the success of being able to get out and stay out of debt, but I think the budget is definitely where you start.
Well, there you go. Okay. And it gives you that common plan that you're working together and creates that communication and unity.
Right.
But
Yes, sir.
it helps the accountability he was talking about. Very cool. Well, way to go, you guys. I'm proud of you. This is awesome. Awesome stuff. Man, that's cool. All right, Jacob and Jennifer, Dallas, Texas, $93,000 paid off in 22 months. 24 years old, making 90 now, making 100,000 between them. Count it down. Let's hear a debt-free scream.
3, 2, 1.
We're debt-free!
I love it. I love it. I love it. That's how it's done right there. Boom! Just like that. Man, that's awesome. Very, very well done. I mean, you can do it. You can do this stuff. A couple there, they get married and they sit down. Mom and Dad get them into Financial Peace University, and that gives them the wake-up call and gives them the clear path of what they need to go step by step, how to do this stuff. But you can do it. You can do it. I'm talking to you. Yeah, you right there. You're driving down the road, Halloween Eve. You're thinking about, you can do this. You just got to decide to, don't you? You have to decide to. And Earl Nightingale used to say that hitting your goals, the stuff you have to do to hit your goals, is not the hard part. It's the stuff you have to give up to hit your goals. That's the hard part. Teaching this is a way to do it. Greg is with us. Greg is in Houston, Texas. Hi, Greg. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for asking. I appreciate it.
Sure. How can I help?
I was wondering if we should fully pay off our personal debt with our son's 529 account.
Ooh. Well, you can't. Money's no longer in your name. It's in his name.
Okay.
And you're the custodian of it. If you pull it out and do that, you're going to get hammered with taxes and penalties. It's like cashing out a retirement account. How much is in the 529?
About $53,000.
Good Lord. And you have debt? How much debt do you have?
Personal debt, $48,000.
Oh, my gosh. On what?
That's credit cards. We have business debt, too. But
how much do you have on your business?
Over $300.
And how is that? What is that, an SBA loan or what?
Investment loans.
Investment loans. What do you mean?
Yeah, to finance acquisitions of property.
Yeah, who? Oh, it's real estate loans.
Yes, oil and gas loans.
Okay, and was it just a bank loan then?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I was asking. All right.
Or a line of credit, bank loan. Yes.
Okay, and so what's your household income, sir?
Last year it was 1.4
million.
Yes.
And you call me about cashing out your kids $53,000?
Well,
you paid taxes on $1.4 million?
Actually, we drilled most of it up, so that's...
Well, maybe you need to drill a little less of it up and take care of your house. You think? I think so, yeah. Didn't like that answer, did he? Good Lord, that's ridiculous. This is the Dave Ramsey Show.
We are celebrating Halloween here with our team members, and I tell you, I didn't dress up with a cool costume, but many of our team members did. So more of our team right here is, let's start over here. I believe you are Obi-Wan Kenobi, is that right?
That is correct.
All right, tell folks who you really are and what team you work for.
I'm Michael, and I'm on the ELP web team, so I get to program websites.
All right, Very nice. And look at the boots, by the way. Look at those boots. Those are legit. Very impressive. All right, and I believe you are Harry Potter. Is that correct?
Yes, I am.
Right, tell people who you really are and what team you're on.
My name's Janine, and I'm on the strategic operations team here.
All right, you look fantastic. The scarf, everything looks great. And finally, this, I think, is Marty McFly.
It's Marta McFly.
Marta McFly. I like that. Tell folks who you really are.
My name is Heather, and I'm on the ELP real estate team.
All right, very good. Now, question for you guys. Are these from your favorite movies by any chance?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Most definitely.
I love this. Star Wars, Harry Potter, and, of course, Back to the Future. Hey, folks, stay with us here on the video channel because we have more team members and more great costumes and maybe some kitties.
This is 1050 AM, KCAA Loma Linda, and 106.5 FM, Yucaipa.
Spending fell in January. Wages and income also inched up 0.1%. Low oil prices were to blame for ExxonMobil's fall in quarterly profit. The company posted its worst third quarter